I don't understand it, but let me tell you something. The hamburgers there in Lima, Ohio with the QP are amazing. They're incredible.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're ground up babies. I'm not going to say.
I'm not confirmed. That's what makes them so good.
It could be why they're so tender. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's the baby in them. It's the baby.
It could be the baby in them. I don't know.
Yeah. He is the wonderful, he is the incredible Al Snow, everybody.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
I'm going great. How are you?
Phenomenal. So great. This is very, very exciting. Thank you so much for doing this. And first of all, how were your holidays?
Oh, wonderful. Just amazing. Really. Just had such a incredible time, with friends, family, it was really a nice period.
Awesome. And that's what's most important, celebrating with friends and family. And so I guess off the top, Al, we wanted to ask, because I think the first time I ever met you in person was at a convention. And so we know that you've done quite a few Comic-Cons. What is your favorite thing about doing conventions?
I think my favorite thing about doing conventions is getting to meet the fans directly. Interacting, having conversations. I've always said that when fans come to conventions, they don't come to, per se, necessarily get an autograph. They want to share a moment. They want to have a time, an experience with you. And that means a lot to me. Because, for a fan to take the effort to do that, to have that moment with me, means everything to me. And I do everything I can to try to create as an original moment as I can with them during that time.
I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you for putting it that way. I'm not sure everybody looks at it the same, but I really enjoy that perspective of it. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I think that's really ultimately, what fans are trying to have is a memorable experience during that moment where they're getting an autograph or a photo op. The photo op and the autograph are great. They're something you can't replicate, but you really can't replicate that experience.
Agreed. Definitely.
Well, speaking of Comic-Cons, if there were, hypothetically, if we had created a Comic-Con that was based purely on the fandoms that you had growing up, who would be the headlining guest?
Oh, jeez. That's hard. I would have to say Simon Corkindale with Manimal, Patrick Duffy with Man from Atlantis, of course, Steve Austin with the $6 Million Man. God. Adam West with Batman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And David Hasselhoff with Kit.
Oh, yeah.
Writer. Yeah. Those guys. Chuck Norris.
Yeah. I mean, so I think Hasselhoff is starting to do conventions. I've seen Chuck Norris at a few. Adam West before he unfortunately passed. I know you. But so would you say, Al, that those were like some of the fandoms that shaped you growing up? Because it sounds like you're everywhere from
I think so.
I
think so. Yeah, I think so. And Gilligan's Island, and MASH, and those would be, those would be the conventions I'd want to go to.
Yeah, I just I did a convention a couple months ago in Knoxville, and the headliner was Jamie Farr from MASH, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And so my dad, who is like a huge MASH fan, actually got to come out with me, and he was Jamie Farr's handler. So he got to spend the whole weekend with one of his heroes, which I know.
Yeah.
I know. Pretty remarkable. So yeah.
Klinger's an iconic character, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
In television history.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need more mashups. Yeah, more mash at conventions. So.
I agree.
All right, so taking a bit of a left turn here, but so having been part of the original Tough Enough series, and you had your own wrestling academy, and now still being owner and head trainer of Ohio Valley Wrestling, you've clearly had kind of a laundry list of greats come through, and you've had the ability to train and shape some of them. Have there been any real big standout students of yours, or someone that was very clearly like a natural from the beginning?
Oh God. Yeah, a lot. And where do you know, how do you differentiate that kind of thing? You know what I mean? I mean, how do you know so early on, you know? So many people have so much potential, and they don't realize it themselves at the time that you see it. And all you can do is direct it and hope that they don't make the mistakes that you made. You know, everyone has potential. Everyone has potential, you know, and it's just, do they have the passion? Mm-hmm. Are they willing to live a life that others don't live? And if they're willing to live a life that others don't live, are they willing to do the things that others don't do to live that life? Mm-hmm. It's one thing to want. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's another to accept the fact that you have to be willing to do the things that other people don't do to live that life that you want.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent way to put that too, because I 100%, that's what I think a lot of teachers of all kinds of things and trainers try to instill in their students is you have to have not just an interest in it, but you have to have a really particular drive and a really particular passion, like you're saying. I think that's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody wants. Mm-hmm. Are you willing to do what others won't do to live a life that others don't live?
I love that.
If you are, great. If you're not, that's okay. It's not for you. It's not what you want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's okay. But you have to understand, and you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to realize that.
Yeah.
You know, and not victimize yourself and go, oh, you know, you know, it's just, it's against me. Mm-hmm. It's not against you.
Right.
You're not willing to do things that others won't do to live a life that others won't live. That's it.
I mean, and I hear about from talking to, you know, people like you and like Mick Foley even, is just, you have to be willing to miss birthdays, miss anniversaries, miss celebrations. And, you know, that's part of it too. It's not just the training and the mentality of it. You're going to miss a lot of moments in life to create other moments. So
your life is not going to be Ozzy and Harriet.
Right.
The life that you've been taught that you should leave, it's not the thing that you're going to live. It's not. You're going to have to live a different life in order to have different things.
Right. Well, I hope that you know, like, how appreciative that we are as fans that you guys did choose to live these lives, because then we get to live vicariously through you.
But we are more appreciative of you, because if it weren't for you, we would never live those lives. So, I have people every day come up and, oh, thank you so much for doing what you do. And I'm like, thank you for being a fan, because if you weren't a fan, I don't know what I would do for a living, in that you guys are really the driving force. You're the thing. You're the thing that really is the be all end all of professional wrestling, or really any entertainment venue. I mean, you guys are it.
It's a two-way street, and we're all part of it.
It's more the fans, because if we didn't have the fans, we wouldn't have an avenue to do what we love to do and have the passion to do it. And I can't say thank you enough to you guys and to all of the fans, because without you, again, I wouldn't have gotten to do what I love to do for as long as I've gotten to do it. So,
awesome.
Thank you.
Well, yay us. We did it.
You guys did it.
We'll take all the credit.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, like you mentioned, you've been in this business for a long time. What is the secret what is the secret to staying so young?
Young? I don't know if there's a secret to staying young. If there is, it's still a secret to me. As far as being in this business, I don't know. I just make it up as I go along. I mean, I honestly, I keep waiting for the day to where all of you figure out it's all bullshit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I just figure it out as I go,
I mean, it seems to be working out. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So.
Yeah, just keep doing that. Yeah. But I'm just grateful that I've gotten to do it as long as I've gotten to do it, and man, it's been awesome. It's just been, I mean, I have this argument with Mick all the time, and Mick Foley, and he's like, oh, you just pick out, you can't pick out one time, one moment. And I'm like, God, no, I can't, because the whole thing, the whole time has just been, it's been incredible. What a ride.
Yeah. What
an amazing ride. And people can say whatever they want about my career, whatever. I've been doing this for 40 years. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think. I can tell you, it's been awesome. You wanted to be a fireman. You wanted to be a model. You wanted to be an actress. You wanted to be an actor. You wanted to be a rock star. You wanted to be, race car driver. I got to do all of that for the whole time, for 40 years. Just got to live my dream. So it's been awesome. It's been amazing. So, I can't pick one moment, one time, one thing, one audience, one city, one match. Every time I've gotten out there, I've never ever felt more alive than when I've gotten to do what I love to do.
I love it. Excellent. Yes. So, okay, Danica, you go ahead, then I'll ask.
Okay, so I wanted to do a little bit of a throwback and ask, what is the most challenging part of fighting yourself?
Oh. The most challenging part of fighting myself is allowing what I do to become who I am. And that's tough. You have to be very careful. No matter what it is you pursue, especially if you pursue it with a passion, a drive, that you allow what you do to become who you are. Because if it becomes who you are, it will eat you alive. Inevitably. Always. It will eat you alive. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what you pursue. You allow what you do to become who you are, it'll consume you. And that's the juxtaposition that you have to balance, because to be successful, you have to kind of give and invest, 100% into what you do. But you've got to balance it and always prevent that it becomes who you are.
All right. Well, we're going to pivot a little bit again. We do a lot of pivoting on here.
A lot of big words happening.
Yeah, pivot. Okay. So obviously another thing that you are incredibly brilliant at is you also do comedy, which is, you have to, of course, pick the toughest professions, right, Al? That's another tough. So what was the turning point for you that you knew that this was also something that you wanted to pursue?
I really didn't have a turning point. I had a partner, David Box Mullen, who is an accomplished comedian in Chicago, and he very adept at improv and things like that. And he pursued me for a number of years to go after and to do this. And then I was like, I don't think I'm that funny. You know what I mean? I find myself funny. Hilarious. I think I'm hilarious. I crack myself up all the time. But I don't think other people necessarily might buy into this. But David convinced me to do it, and so far, keep fingers crossed. Not a lot of audiences have thrown a lot of fruits or vegetables at the stage while I was performing. So, they seem to find it funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Out of curiosity, Al, does it feel different being like in a ring versus like on a comedy stage, like nerves wise? Like, do you get nervous in situations like that?
I don't think it's nerves. I think it's anticipation is what a lot of people liken it to anxiety or nerves. And I liken it to anticipation. Before I used to go out, and no matter what the size of the audience, right before I would walk to the curtain, and that, just so you know, over the years, okay, that anticipation I don't know what didn't get less, it got more, but it got as far as timeline wise. So if when I first started professional wrestling, someone would say you have a match, I get, the anticipation, the nerves, the anxiety, if you want to call it that. 2 weeks before I would go, you know what I mean? And then as time went along, right before I went through the curtain, no matter what the size of the audience, didn't matter what the stage, I'd have to go pee. I'd have to go to the bathroom. I'd have to urinate, and it would just like, God, I gotta go so bad. You know what I mean? And the window got shorter and shorter and shorter until right before I went through the curtain, it would hit me. And then once I went through the curtain, it was gone. It was fine.
I mean, that's good. It's better than the opposite.
You don't even remember. Yeah. God help you if you have to do that when you go through the curtain. You know what I mean?
Bad timing.
You're in the middle of the ring and you hit the canvas.
Now it's time.
There you go. There's your bladder. But then I realized it wasn't anxiety and it wasn't nervousness. It was anticipation. It was excitement. It was a passion. And I realized if there was ever a moment that I walked up and I didn't feel that, if I didn't feel like that on edge, then I probably should quit because it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? It's not as important. And, understanding that and understanding that it was no longer anxiety, understanding that it was more anticipation than it was anxiety, and understanding that it was more anticipation than it was nervousness, transformed that for me. And that's where I realized that I needed that because it meant that I cared, that it mattered to me, that it was important, and that if I ever not felt that, then that's the time I need to stop. That I need to quit because clearly I don't care anymore. It's not important to me anymore. And I never want to go out there in front of an audience, no matter what I do, and it not care to me. Because the most important thing to me is realizing that an audience has invested their time, their money, and their effort into coming to see me doing whatever it is I do. Even if it's magic for the blind. You know what I mean? Granted, they love card tricks, so you don't have to do a lot of practice. Because you just have to say ta-da after every trick, because they don't know what happened. So you just go, is this your card? And they go like, I don't know. And you go, ta-da, it is, ta-da. And they're like, oh my God, how do you do it? So, but if you don't have that anticipation, that I don't want to say anxiety, but you don't have that sense of responsibility, I think is really what you want to say, then, you're not worthy of their time, their money, and their investment. And, for people that are coming to watch you, no matter what you're doing, they're coming because they want to forget. They want to stop thinking about the fact that, whatever the cost of the ticket was whatever it was that it cost them to make that week, you know, and you know, they want to have a moment of departure and
escape, yeah.
Yeah, you know, from their, you know, their responsibilities and their pressures and their stresses and their, you know, and if you're not up to, you know, accepting that responsibility, you know, and if you're not feeling that responsibility before you walk through that curtain, no matter what you're doing, then don't do it, because you're not giving that audience who's invested their time, money, and their effort into coming to see you, you know, a payback, you know, and that's not good. Whether you're wrestling or you're doing whatever it is you're doing, I mean, it just, you know, don't do it. You know.
Fair. So, okay, we have a game, Al. This is a game of Would You Rather. Oh boy, there is no wrong answers. So whatever you choose is
there could
correct.
Be wrong answers.
No, you're gonna do great. This is gonna be amazing. So we're gonna bring this up right now. I guess, Danica, do you want me to do the first one?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna bring it up. Al, your first question is, would you rather perform a comedy routine with the wonderful Mark Henry or perform a comedy routine with the legendary Kurt Angle?
Oh. I would rather perform a comedy angle with Kurt Angle. Not that, you know, Mark Henry's not funny.
He is.
He's not as funny or as quirky as Kurt Angle.
Fair enough. Yeah. Great answer. So far, you're doing great.
All right.
Danica?
All right. Next one. Would you rather go bungee jumping or swim with sharks?
Oh, boy. Jeez. I'm terrified of heights. I would probably, if I bungee jump, shit my pants.
Same.
And if I were to go in with sharks, probably shit my pants too.
Okay.
So here's the thing. If I were to shit my pants in the water, I'd probably be a shark repellent. So
right. You gotta hope.
I'm gonna go with the sharks. Yeah.
Sharks, great choice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
I'm going to shit my pants either way.
Okay. Great. Excellent. Okay. Here's the next one. Would you rather compete on The Amazing Race with Steve Blackman or compete on Nailed It with Mick Foley?
Oh, my God. I would say The Amazing Race with Steve Blackman, because Steve would be trying to consider how to murder everyone along the way at every opportunity. So
right. Okay, and that makes for great TV. So
wonderful person. Just you know, takes things a little differently. You know, we were in you know, we did a vignette with senior citizens, and they were singing. And he wanted to, wanted to murder them all. So,
oh boy!
Because he didn't like sing-alongs. So,
oh no!
Yeah, and you don't want to sing "Happy Birthday" to him.
Okay.
He wants to murder you. So.
Okay, I'll take that note. Never sing "Happy Birthday" to Steve Blackman. Got it. Got it down. All right, Danica.
All right. Would you rather wear Zubas to every formal event you are invited to, or bring head with you to every formal event?
Oh. Bring head, because if I don't, they do nothing but bitch and complain about the fact that I didn't take them. You know what I mean? And it's like, what are you going to wear other than a bow tie? You know, you can't wear a nice hat, you know, or some sunglasses. What are we going to do? How are we going to make you look formal? You know, but then they just complain. That's like, you know, when we travel and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I want you to buy me an airplane seat. I'm like, I'm not buying you an airplane seat. It can't fit in the seatbelt. And I don't want to ride in the bag, because if I ride in the bag and I go through TSA, you know, the x-ray might cause me cancer. And I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
And I can't breathe in the overhead bin.
Diva.
You couldn't breathe in the overhead bin. I couldn't hear you complain and bitch the entire time we're on the plane. So shut up.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. Okay, great. Here's the next one. Okay. If you had to, let's say, switch up your entrance theme, would you rather have your entrance theme be a Kids Bop song or a show tune?
Oh, show tune? Hello? I mean, come on.
Okay.
I need at least 30 dancers out there on my entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
I am all about
I need to make it like Blazing Saddles.
Oh my God.
Huge, big production. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
Great answer.
I want to see that so bad.
I do too. Honestly, I do.
Perfect. Great. So far, so good. All right, so far,
Danica. Little people. I need a majority of them have to be little people. So.
Okay. Perfect.
We'll see what we can do.
Yep.
In top hats, in tails, you know what I mean, with small canes.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah.
All right, Danica, next one.
Ready? Okay. Would you rather own a ring jacket that belonged to Buddy Rogers or own a pair of boots that belong to Lou Thesz?
The ring jacket, the boots are going to smell like shit. God.
You don't think the jacket would?
Well, the jacket could, it's gonna have some, some tang to it.
Tang.
The boots are gonna be a little stiff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot of testosterone down to the feet and the boots.
Jacket it is. Jacket's a great.
They're gonna be sour. The jacket, you can fumigate that. The boots, not so much.
Tangy. All right.
Yeah, the boots are tangy.
I'm going to start describing everything as tangy now. Okay, we got 3 more of these. Here's the next one. Would you rather run a line of Collar and Elbow based on Andy Kaufman or based on Mae Young?
Oh, Mae Young. God, if anyone, God, that woman is a hero, honestly, in all seriousness. Really, I mean, think about this. Okay, Mae Young, okay, during a period at a time, in not just wrestling, but society as well, Mae Young was a pioneer, and to think about the courage and the heart and the really bravery. And I'm not just saying this because that's the new thing and all of this, that's bullshit. This is the God's honest truth. To have this self-belief, my mother-in-law, okay, during around that same period in time was she enrolled in the Marines. She was a Marine, and to these people, these women, to be able to do that sort of thing and to and we're still talking about Mae Young to this day. I mean, God, the guts, the drive, the self-belief, to do that it's amazing. It really is, So, I would, in a minute, I would do it. Mae Young, God, she's a hero to me.
She's
really is.
Amazing. Truly. Heck yeah. All right. 2 more. All right, Danica.
Okay. Would you rather go-to hardcore weapon be a kitchen sink or have your go-to hardcore weapon be a Cupid's dog? Blah, blah, blah. I cannot read today.
It's going to be a Cupid doll, unquestionably, because I grew up in Lima, Ohio, the hometown of the restaurant of Cupid. And, part of the Cupid restaurant was the Cupid doll, which is basically a naked baby.
Yep.
Which,
unsettling.
Has nothing to do with pedophilia.
Or burgers.
Well, yeah, I don't understand it, but let me tell you something. The hamburgers there in Lima, Ohio with the Cupid are amazing. They are incredible.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're ground up babies. I'm not going to say.
I'm not confirmed.
That's what makes them so good.
It could be why they're so tender. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's the baby in them.
It could be the baby in them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a couple of times when I date one, I think I found the blue ribbon, on the Cupid doll's neck, but I don't know.
Yeah. Good to know. I have a Cupid doll tattooed on me somewhere. I don't know. I just remembered. Okay. Here's the last one. The final question. So here it is. Would you rather, okay, let's say you're in a situation, somehow your gear does not make it to a show. Would you rather borrow gear from the New Age Outlaws or borrow gear from Mosh and Thrash?
Boy. That depends. Am I going to borrow it from Road Dogg or am I going to borrow it from Billy Gunn? Because I'm not built like Billy Gunn. So,
you don't want the little shorts?
I don't think a lot of guys are built like Billy Gunn. You know what I mean? Other than male strippers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
accurate.
And Chaz and Mosh, the skirt thing, it's hiding. It's a little bit of camouflage. So it's that, or I go with Road Dogg. I'm not going to go with Billy, because Billy had, a belly ring. I mean, what guy has a belly ring? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
The ones that can pull it off.
Yeah. Billy was built the way Billy is built. You know what I mean? So Billy could get away with a belly ring, but I couldn't. People beat me up.
So okay. Road Dogg. We'll go with Road Dogg.
We'll go with Road Dogg. Yeah.
Well, you got them all right. Congratulations. Way to go.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
First test I've ever gotten everything right.
I told you were going to nail it, and you did. Yeah. So before we let you go, any final thoughts you want to leave us with here on this fine Tuesday?
I would say I have to say thank you to all of the fans of wrestling, sincerely, because without you, quite honestly, I couldn't do what I do for a living for as long as I've done it. And, thank you. Thank you for being fans, because you guys are the most important thing in wrestling. Everybody says the wrestlers are, but really, you, the fans, are. You really are the most important factor in wrestling, because without you, wrestlers have nothing to perform for. So, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We did it.
Thank you.
Oh, so good. Before we let you go, we're going to go over upcoming guests that we have in January 2023, which is like right around the corner, and that's insanity. So on Tuesday, we have Katie Babs from SiriusXM. We also have Danny Cooksey from the show Good Times. He was also on Salute Your Shorts, and he was in Terminator 2. That's on Thursday the 5th. We have Jarrett Reddick from the band Bowling for Soup. We also have Duncan Sheik. I
cannot wait for all of these guests.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Duncan Sheik also writes musicals, so maybe we'll put you in touch, Al. He can work on your.
And I could sing a song. I could sing a music.
Perfect.
I have the voice.
Make this happen.
Clearly.
I love it. Well, until we meet again.
Dulcet tones. They call me the Velvet Fog for a reason. So.
I love it. I enjoy it very much. Anyway, guys, we're wishing all of you a very happy and healthy new year, and we'll see you guys in 2023. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Al, thank you so much again, and we'll see you guys.
Don't you guys threaten me.
We won't. We won't. We wouldn't dare. All right, guys. See you guys real soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.